Cool, okay. So the beer we're going to taste just now is perhaps my favourite beer that we do. This is Paradox. This is a 10% imperial stout that was aged in a whiskey cask. The whiskey cask that we used was a 1966 Port Dundas whiskey cask. So I would say maybe with the exception of my buddy Mick here, the cask's older than just about everyone here. So we know the guys that make the whiskey, that this whiskey had been in the cask for 42 years, and I spoke to my friend, I've got to get these casks to age my beer in. So the day the casks were empty, we drove in the van, we picked them up, we got 8 casks, and that very evening we put our beer into. The beer then sat for 6 months. So this is a 10% stout that sat for 6 months in a Port Dundas whiskey cask. Port Dundas for a Scotch whiskey is quite light. The storm that we tasted was peaty, smoky, demonic, in your face. The Port Dundas, because of the age of it, it's mellowed out with the age, it's a lot lighter, it's a lot sweeter. And this is a beer that's just got so much depth and complexity to it. It's kind of characterized by toasted marshmallow, coconut, vanilla, dark bitter chocolate, it's kind of espresso notes. Even in the nose, I mean, just marshmallow, vanilla, coconut, it's just amazing. 10%, such a smooth mouthfeel, so easy to drink, but at the same time there's so much depth and so much flavour in there. So our big beer is to set a fantastic beer for this time of the evening, and one of my favourite beers that we do. And just the fact that we put it in a whiskey cask that was 42 years old was just super cool for us. We got the whiskey cask back, and the guys that were filling it had them upside down with a coffee filter, trying to blast the whiskey out. There wasn't too much work done that afternoon. So, as you'll see from the video, it's a young company, and we're happy to be a little bit edgy in our marketing materials, take a risk, and try and get the name out there. And I don't think you know where the boundaries are until you push up to them. We've entered a few business competitions as well, and maybe perhaps ill-advisedly we used the phrase "save the real lesbian" in one of our marketing videos back in Scotland. That was okay. So we got shortlisted for a Bank of Scotland business competition. So there was a panel of 10 business judges. There was a head of Google for the UK. There was a couple of politicians. There was some people who were high up in the bank, and there was a feminist as well. So she had actually seen this on our website, and she wasn't too happy. So I tried my best to save the situation. We did a presentation, and we tasted some beers. I thought it was going well, and all of a sudden she done this up, which is how can you sit here and write about lesbians in your marketing materials? It's just not good enough. Just please don't think I've got anything against lesbians. In fact, I've got some DVDs at home, just lesbians.
I'm right here with James. When we tasted the beers for this dinner, Jason had to work that night, so he's like drinking an ounce. Mike had worked all day, so he drank an ounce, and I was doing some paperwork in the basement, and they just left me like all these bottles of beer half empty. And I'm like, well, I really like this one. And James said it's hard to believe it's 10%. Trust me, the next day, I knew it was 10%. But I really, when I tasted it, I was surprised. It's not really smoky. For this, I had Chris just not do like a barbecue brisket where you smoke it all the way, but you just smoke it, for like half a day just to give it a little smokiness. I took the fat off of it after it was seared and cooked, and actually rendered it out, and then pureed it and put it back into the sauce. So there's bonus fat. I'm always looking for more fat to get into your diet. Not you, honey. I didn't put any on portobello mushrooms. But I think the brisket came out pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. And the carrots and green beans are carrots and green beans. Eat with brisket. So there you go. I hope you like it. And we'll be back for dessert. some macadamia nut butter.
In the oven?
I made the cookies in my oven. If anybody here is wondering if I would do a private beer dinner for them, the answer is yes, I would. And we've got a whole program depending on how many courses you want, what you want to spend, what kind of beer you want. You can leave it up to me and Jason. You can tell me what beers you like. You can tell me what foods you like. We'll pair it. You know, it could be reasonable. You can do 3 courses. You can do 8 courses. It's up to you.
So, the last beer we're going to taste tonight is an 8% Imperial Stout called Riptide. I think you've heard me speak enough tonight, so I'm going to be quick at this one. It's very light in the palate for the flavours it has. You get dark British chocolate, you get cocoa powder, it's fantastic, made with chocolatey. You get a kind of a sea saltiness from Muscovado sugar in there, kind of spiced apples, cinnamon pears, all that kind of thing. It's a fantastic beer. But the UK beer industry where we operate is so far behind what's happening out in the US. There's no innovation, there's nothing exciting happening. For me, trying to sell a beer above 4% in the UK is just so tough. But Martin and myself, we stick to our principles and we kind of stick to making the types of beers that we want to make, but it's so tough. I was doing a tasting, just a small tasting down in England.
Good news.
And, I mean, the Scottish people and the English people don't get on too well, but okay, I was doing a tasting down in England, and there was a English gentleman. I had this beer, and so would you like to try this 8% Imperial Stout? And the response I got was, 8%? I've got to play tennis tomorrow. Shows a little bit of attitude and stuff we're up against the UK. But we like making the beers that we make, and we're having a bit of fun with it, so what the hell with English and play tennis? So I'd like to say a huge thank you to Buckeye. The event's been fantastic, and the chef Greg, the food was just awesome. Look at the names. Bob and Jason for putting this event on. It was just, it's always fun for me to hang out with people, speak about the beers and then the food together. It was just awesome. So if you take 2 things from this dinner tonight, get to know your beer. I'm not going to do it again, but hello, just take your time, get to know the beer. I mean, that beer, this is the kind of, what you've got in your glass is the end destination of lifetime's worth of passion, of enthusiasm, of research, of commitment. So, I mean, it's all done for you guys to enjoy. So take your time, get to know it, and that's what differentiates us from the fizzy yellow beer companies. The other thing is that without people getting enthusiastic and enjoying the beers, we wouldn't have a business at all in Scotland. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Mick, who imports our beer into the US, to Rick and his team to do the distribution here, and then finally for you guys for coming here to taste it. Without you guys enjoying the beer and stuff, I mean, we wouldn't be able to make, I mean, we couldn't drink all the beer ourselves, so we need you guys to enjoy the beer. So I mean, I've had a great time hanging out with you guys, and we'll hope to see you here in my next visit. Thanks guys, take care.